You might think you know every corner of your daily driver because you sit in it every single day, but the Hyundai Accent Blue has a few tricks up its sleeve that aren't exactly printed in bold letters in the owner's manual. It is funny how we spend hours inside these machines, yet miss the little engineering Easter eggs that the designers tucked away. One of the first things you should check out involves the lighting system, because a lot of owners do not realize that the car has a battery saver feature that automatically cuts power to the headlights and interior lights when you remove the key and open the door, which is a lifesaver if you're the type of person who is always forgetting to flip the switch. But the real secret is how you can manipulate this to keep the lights on for safety when you're walking to your front door. A feature usually reserved for much more expensive luxury cars, simply by pulling the headlight stalk towards you after the engine is off. Speaking of lights, have you ever noticed the eco indicator on the dashboard behaves differently depending on whether you have the manual or automatic transmission? On the automatic models, it is usually an active system that modifies the transmission shift points and throttle response to save fuel, effectively making the car feel a bit more sluggish, but saving you money at the pump. Whereas on the manual transmission models, it is often just a passive shift light telling you when to change gears for optimal efficiency, effectively nagging you rather than actually changing how the engine operates. Let's talk about the locking mechanism, because this is one that drives people crazy until they figure it out. There's often a speed-sensing auto-lock feature that engages once you hit about 15 or 20 kilometers per hour. But did you know this can often be customized or disabled by the dealer or with a high-end OBD2 scanner if you find it annoying? Another hidden gem is located in the trunk. And no, I'm not talking about the spare tire. If you ever find yourself with a dead battery in a locked trunk, there is actually a manual release lever hidden behind a small panel on the trunk lid interior, or in some models, accessible through the back seat if you fold them down. Which brings me to the rear seats themselves, because many owners do not realize the 60-40 split fold mechanism has a specific latch sequence that prevents the seat belt from getting jammed, a tiny detail that saves your upholstery from getting ripped over time. Then there is the air conditioning system, specifically the defogging logic, where the car automatically turns on the fresh air intake, and the AC compressor when you select the windshield defrost mode. But if you want to override this to stop the compressor from dragging down your engine power, there is a secret cheat code sequence involving pressing the air intake button 5 times quickly while holding the AC button that can sometimes disable this auto logic, giving you full manual control. It is these little things like the way the wiper service mode allows you to lift the wiper blades up without scratching the hood paint that show the engineers were actually thinking about the mechanic and the owner, even if they did not advertise it loudly. When you dig into the fuse box, you might find a dedicated fuse switch that is designed to be pulled when the car is stored for long periods, preventing battery drain without you having to disconnect the negative terminal, which is a brilliant little touch for people who leave their cars parked for weeks at a time. It is not just about driving from point A to point B. It is about mastering the machine you are operating, and knowing these little secrets makes you feel less like a passenger and more like a true pilot of your Hyundai.